Welcome everyone back into the show. It is me, whoever I am today. How are you? I hope you're having a great weekend. And I'm gonna just reiterate my feelings on cryptocurrency as a space and the opportunity it does or doesn't present to you. Many people are now elated that Pulsechain oh man, Pulsechain, Hex, and the whole Ricky ecosystem. Yo, Ricky is back to teaching people again how to be staring at being down on all of his coins for 5 years. He's teaching people that, having other coins is bad because his coin finally stopped going down for a brief moment. It reminds me of Zen, you know what I'm saying? It reminds me of Zen crypto and how they would get so excited every time it just stopped going down temporarily, right on to the next all-time low. And I don't feel like this is any different. I really hope that it works out for you guys, and I mean it. I really do mean it. Like, if you were dumb enough to listen to Ricky and his little band of cohorts tell you to DCA to the bottom, if you were into some of the coolest influencers that, they already made it, and they sold you the hopium of making it by just DCAing down to zero, you know what I'm saying? Buying Hex indefinitely and incessantly until it reached a penny or less, somehow about a tenth of a penny. Against my common sense, God bless you. If you've been holding, to use the words of Trevon, if you've been holding Hex and Pulsechain and PulseX this long, you deserve that pump. However, the pump doesn't get you back to break even anytime soon, right? Because of course, most of you DCA'd when it was 20, 25, 15, 10 cents. I remember people telling me they bought the local bottom 1,000 times all the way down to under a penny. So you're way underwater still, way. Your average buys have to be way the fuck high. And don't come to me with that bullshit about being in the lobby. Man, that was like 10 years ago, bro. No one gives a fuck about that. No, most of your average buys, you FOMO'd in like every other chart. Most people, they don't want to do shit until everyone else is talking about it and super hype about it, and that is what crypto is. See, Hex, Pulsechain, and PulseX is a microcosm of the macro picture. Look at everybody now. So excited. They're telling the bears that they're wrecked at 70-something thousand in Bitcoin. How? What? There are people that are wasting tens of thousands of dollars praying that they get to mine the next block of Bitcoin. Super centralized. There's nothing to be done about that. You see what I'm saying? It's a fool's errand. You go buy a bunch of mining equipment. Maybe back in the day it was a thing when it wasn't so overly competitive and centralized. Now you got damn near zero chance. You can go look at the Bitcoin blockchain and see who's finding the blocks. It's like a handful of the same people catching the blocks over. You got more power than you. You're just sitting there running a fucking miner and wasting your electricity and your hardware, and you have like a fucking lottery's chance of catching a block, solo mining a block, right? And doing it at a loss. Or you can be smart and just buy the shit. But at 70K, nah. Nah, that ain't it. You see, you got to get in things when they're at the start. It's just that simple. You're way late to Bitcoin. You're somehow way late to Hex. There's still people that we're assuming ain't Ricky dumping Hex on everybody's heads. How the fuck do you think it got down to a tenth of a penny? Who the fuck wanted to sell all the way down to a tenth of a penny? If it wasn't retail, it was Ricky. And if it was Ricky, that man, what a terrible way to treat people who keep DCAing your shitcoin. I hope it all works out though. I promise to God I do. I hate to see people lose, man. And I think it's really important that people get a good perspective on what's available out there for them. There's some degen things to be doing. Zen was a fucking disaster, still is a disaster. of course. X1, massive disappointment. I'm glad I don't even hear these people talking anymore, which is great, or typing or tweeting or whatever they were doing. Jack doesn't do interviews and go live anymore. It's really like, it's just like par for the course. And the thing I want to really get at, like, is that the whole Pulsechain thing, like, I'm glad it's doing something and it's got these guys excited, because you deserve it after all this fucking pain and ridicule you've gotten, only because the founder fucking fudded you into the ground. Like, it wasn't anyone else, someone who was hating. It was people selling. The only fudders can't sell. The only people who can sell are the people who have coins. And the only one who controls price is the person who has control of the supply. You see what I'm saying? And we know who has. This has been the legend for forever. Ricky has all the coins. And Hex mined out the AA lobby, yeah? And he has gifted himself a massive amount of the supply of Pulsechain and Pulsex and all that. And you know that after you gave him all the money. And it still did what it did. That means that was him. And it only could have been him, because y'all don't have enough. Your little shitcoin, your little tiny ass allocation, even if you think you're a well, is nothing compared to what the Ricky daughter addresses have, which is how he can push price down if he wants to. We'll call it extracting, right? Because that's what it is. How the fuck did Pulsechain go way the fuck down to where it is, to where you have the fucking audacity to come out here with a straight face and try to celebrate the fact that it went up 200-300%. Who gives a fuck? The shit is still down 95% off its high from 3 years ago. Hex is way the fuck down off its highs from 3, 4, 5 years ago. This has to be a joke. Remember when Ricky used to sell y'all the idea that Hex was the shit because Bitcoin's the same price it was 4 years ago. That's stupid. Buy my shitcoin, right? And then you fell for that, and you forgot to sell when it fucking went up, or you kept DCAing on the way down. And guess what? 3, 4, 5 years later, it's not just the same price, it's disastrously and catastrophically low. That's what crypto is waiting to do to you, as someone who clings to hopium and waits for everyone else to get excited before you make a move. You see, I've been in crypto for a long time. Many of you do know me, and I hope you're brand new here. If you are, stand up and say something. But I'm here to let you know that you can get locked into the wrong shit because people are super hype on the wrong shit. People have a little apparatus in place. They're organized, they're intelligent, social engineering you right into a trap. There is no greater example in modern history of getting people destroyed through consensus and marketing than a bunch of people who are fucking stuck underwater, minting Zen, DCAing Hex and Pulsechain to the bottom. None of their most average buys are anywhere near the lows. So they're hoping that you turn around and donate as exit liquidity so they can get back even, and they have a long way to do that. I have a long ass way, and that's with them praying that Ricky doesn't resume the dumping. Who is Ricky? You know who Ricky is. You know who's doing the dumping. If he wanted that shit to go up, he'd be making live streams and making public appearances, but that man is on the run, eating like Nori, bro. And it's unfortunate. He sure still does have Twitter fingers. You don't know if that's AI producing those tweets. Maybe you don't. Maybe it is him. Would it fucking matter? Oh, he's buying a little bit. So you mean to tell me he sprinkled some pocket sand off the top of the bag you already donated and threw it at the tiny liquidity pool, and that got you excited? If Ricky wanted you to win, he'd have gave y'all Hexicans them coins for free for supporting Hex in the first place. And then he wouldn't, see, he made another extraction vehicle. You know how they say the whole narrative of anybody doing anything other than praising and twirling signs for his shitcoins. They're all extractors, don't fall for it. Meanwhile, they all got extracted. The extractors, the people that are accusing you of being extractors, are the extractors. They're just useful tools, idiots. And they got you wrecked. He even documented this shit in a documentary. And they saved the guy because it's bad marketing. But the rest of you, the unsung heroes, the ones who will never be heard, the ones that are never in comment sections, the ones who only listen, the ones who only watch in horror, as the price continues to fucking careen to zero. Y'all the ones that are wrecked. You see what I'm saying? You didn't get saved, you're fucked. So I remember all the same people that loved Hex and Pulsechain and Ricky's contraptions, they brought you Zen. And Zen was cool for a minute. It reminded me of a couple things that have come out in the past as well. But when I started sounding the alarm, the usual fucking band of idiots who just think that it's wise to counter anything I say, no matter what logic that I present to them. Guess what? It's a down-only coin. And Ricky even told you that, but that was after the fact because there's a bunch of useful idiots. Make no mistake, Jacob, he works for Ricky. He always did. You don't just get in a live stream with that dude, right? It's an 8-year delta. It's a message in a bottle to all the Hexicans and Pulsechans who are hopeful that this shit was going to take off. But it's an 8-year delta. Now, no matter where you count from the start of sacrifice, it ain't been 8 years yet. 2029, maybe, right? When did Pulsechain sacrifice come? 2021? Like, what the fuck is going on here, y'all? What are you getting excited for? It's an 8-year delta. That's what Zen was there for. And you see, Zen is still going down. But I bet you, at some point, after everyone's lost all hope and stopped fucking minting, and the supply is all bought up for pittance, because it's in the liquidity pool, it'll only take another little batch of pocket sand from the money you've already donated to pump that up and, oh, we should start minting again because it's profitable. And the usual suspect, the band of idiots, the band of useful idiots, tools, literal tools, will start twirling signs again and telling you how they've been minting the whole time, how it's so profitable, omitting all the unprofitable mints, omitting how many people that shit destroyed, omitting how many people have an infinite number of unprofitable mints, and all the money that they made in the beginning of Zen, they were too stupid to just put it in their pocket and keep it moving. Ignore that guy who's telling you it's an infiniment and it's going to zero. You found that Ricky has now admitted to you that that PDI thing is an infiniment and it's catastrophically bonded to all the liquidity in Pulsechain, and that's why it's going down. And still, now everyone's so excited, and Ricky is teaching you that everything's fine now. But he hasn't mentioned that, hey, that PDI thing that was sucking all the money out of the chain, he hasn't mentioned once. He hasn't taught you or shown you or demonstrated to you that that shit's over. It's not a threat anymore. We fixed it. Nobody's done that. And more importantly, Ricky hasn't. But he took the time to tell you, hey man, it's fucked, man. Or was that just a game to shake you out? Now, why would the nicest person in the world that only wants to save you try to scare you out of the thing that he's gonna eventually pump to the moon so you can get rich and maybe live the life that he's living, but not on the run? See, certain things don't add up and you need a good alternative. Now, I could come out here and tell you to buy some more coins and let you know that Trevon is developing all this stuff and adding all this useless shit to the UI and somehow marrying the idea of talking about his own coin only to Pulsechain shit coins. And even if I told you to do that, you'd be a fool because someone's ready to step in over and over and dump that shit on your head. You'll be extra liquidity too. And I wish that thing would succeed, but I already explained to him that, well, once you're pairing the shit to Pulsechain, you know, it's like pairing it to Zen. Now, in the immediate temporary, the very near immediate future, oh, it's gonna go up a little bit, I guess, because all the things that it's paired to are going up. So it's cool. At least he got active with it at the bottom. The problem is these two things are terminally ill and married to each other because a bulk and a large portion of the liquidity, it'll be married to all those coins. If you have something that continually, like supply continues to just appear out of nowhere, then the ultimate result is down. Even after temporary ups. The stuff happening with Pulsechain can excite me. I sold way high above this. I don't know about you, but I tried to warn you. If someone told you to ignore me, start ignoring them. Maybe do better things. with your crypto, because this is a dangerous game out here. Life is real. It's a dangerous game, and you have to be smarter than the average bear, or you'll get sucked into shit like that. And even think about it. I thought I made a video a long time ago about how the veterans in this place, the people who've been in crypto for 10 years or so, we have to be a little more careful. We're hopeful. We're showing people what we do only. You know, I'm not telling you what to do. I know you're gonna do exactly what I'm showing you I'm doing anyway, but I'm not telling you what to do. I'm showing you what I'm doing. That shit, maybe it absolves you from a legal standpoint, but there comes a responsibility with that power. And I'm not saying that I'm immune from making those mistakes as well, but I think I'm wise enough and maybe humble enough to say, hey, maybe I need to take a moment here and add a little more care to the things that I point people's attention to, because they can get wrecked, whether I'm giving them financial advice technically or not. I can hype someone up with my own excitement very easily. And I said, as veterans, we need to take more care of where we're pointing people who are just coming into this space and they're very hopeful and they got a bag and you don't want to see them go to zero. These are the people that are very good fans of yours, and they turn around and end up being your biggest haters and people who want to see bad things happen to you because they've been harmed. And you know, Ricky likes to talk a lot about harm. Shout out to the scumbags, right? He's never shouted out his own scumbags that got everyone wrecked. You see, what's good for the goose has to be good for the ganders, right? Am I wrong? And maybe I need to humble myself now, because I've gotten excited about these things at one point in time too. I'm a fair person. I like fair things. I like to give people a fair look and a fair shot. Ricky earned that for a time, but then he just went completely ass backwards on that. And it takes courage for people to turn around and call it out for what it is and say and warn the next person who doesn't fucking get it. You see what I'm saying? There's too much at stake here. You end up on your ass in this world and you see what happens. See what happens. It could get bad. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? And you think everyone's in your corner, and maybe some people are. Some people will show up, but end up on your ass, and you might find out real quick how you're really out here on your own. A YouTuber that used to talk about a lot of this stuff, he used to say this shit is a solo sport, man. End up on knee and see what happens. End up on knee. And the same people that give you a wrap around because you made it and act like they're your best friend, they'll turn around and act like they don't know you. Like I said, you better find out who your star players are, the people who will fuck with you when you ain't shit, you ain't got shit. Because those are the people gonna give you some chances to come back up in crypto. Those are the people that's gonna try and lift you back up. I know a few. I have a few. And I like to take a moment to acknowledge that too. I was talking with my kids last night, and I would say I had a less than favorable outcome for a request I made of a friend. Friends, plural. And they do their thing, but they've taken care of me. And even in my lowest moments, I had to sit here and reflect on how how it could be worse. It could be so much worse, and it ain't because of those guys. So I'm gonna take the time after this and make sure I reiterate that to them. I'm disappointed, or I'm sad, or I'm, not happy about how things may have went down, but ultimately I'm coming from a place of gratitude, and that's where common ground and progress can be made. You see what I'm saying? I'd like things to go as good as they can. See, me, I've always been the type of person, when I'm talking about stuff, to not just shit on things for the fucking sake of shitting on it. I like to say, hey, this is bad, because I don't want to see people get wrecked. It should be a natural feeling for all humans, all people who are talking or excited about crypto and stuff like that. There's too many pitfalls here, and as veterans, man, we gotta make sure they miss shit like this, like Pulsechain, Pulsex, Hex, Zen, charlatans. You see what I'm saying? They come with a good look, Ricky came with the image of wealth and prosperity, and he didn't need your money, and there's no way to send him money until he gave you 2 ways. And then a third with ProveX. You see? And the result is what it is, right? And then there's the up and down guy, the programmer from Silicon Valley. Not Silicon, Silicon Man Valley, right? Who appears in the same stream with said individual. And the result is even somehow more disastrous. It's like FOMO quick. You know, FOMO quick versus FOMO long. See? Hex and Pulsechain, that's the long jammy. Years and years and years of down-only extraction. The shit they taught and stapled into the mouths and tongues of all their fucking shiltards. No, don't talk about anything else, man. Don't buy anything else. Don't look at anything else, man. They're extracting. Be careful of extractors. The only person we want extracting here is Ricky. We want to drink his jizz and make sure his cup is full, and we don't want anyone else to extract. You see, just dumb shit. But you got Silicon Valley, man, who appears with him. He gets the handoff from Ricky of the same retarded shill core, okay? And they rerun you. That's a reload, bro. That's a reload. And over the years, rather than just talk about these things negatively, I'd love to give what I would call an alternative, something slightly safer. For a long time, that was my friends with an hourglass contract, something we all did. Sure, you can lose. But some people, they, you know, as the same people who got you into all this hated on that, they've done nothing but get people fucking wrecked the entire time. And you know, it's maybe a time for reflection, maybe a little bit of humility. Time to humble yourselves and realize, like, hey man, you know, things can go left. But if you just stayed there, man, yeah, you did pretty well. And I'm not saying that that's 100% right too. I could tell you, hey, why don't you go buy some SWJ today? It's been a year, man. We're sitting still, homie. But it's a lot better than being 99% down over 5. The fuck are you talking about? Like, it's not even a contest, right? I could tell you to do that. I could tell you to do a lot of things, but I'd rather you start mining some Bitcoin, the real Bitcoin, the fairest launch of Bitcoin. All 21 million on the table for a penny each. You should be mining that. That's your alternative. Just 21 million. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you want to get bullish because Bitcoin looks like it's bottoming and buy one if you're lucky enough to have $70-something thousand in your pocket to throw around? And what you gonna get out of that? I remember a long time ago watching a live stream that, excuse me. I remember a long time ago watching a live stream. One of my friends said, Trevon, yeah, it was Trevon. He said, you know the easiest way? You know, a lot of people, they're trying to make money in crypto, and the easiest way to do that is to buy something at 1 Satoshi and sell it at 2. That's the easiest way to double your money. Common sense, facts. And so here you go, 21 million, fair launch. Not oh, these are launching at 1 cent. We put 300,000 of them in the liquidity pool, and we're just gonna hold these other ones to the side to dump on your stupid ass. No. Go ahead, go hold coin for a penny. Go ahead, go hold coin for a penny. I could be like, go buy more and pray that the loosely or not so loose association to all those Pulsechain shitcoins, you know what I'm saying, in the liquidity pools that are tied to PDI, which is an infiniment, at least for now. No one's proven otherwise. No one's even addressed it since, Ricky said, right? And pray that that doesn't suck it all out one day, huh? I could tell you, I don't know how much them shits are. They're pretty high now, I think. They went up a couple 100%, right? Well, God bless. I could tell you to do that, but you could mine some Bitcoin for nothing. 1 penny each. You can get 100 Bitcoin for $1. What you waiting on? You see? That's an alternative I can be proud of. That's an alternative I am going to be proud of. I could tell you to go do 100 different things, but I'll tell you to do the best thing. You understand? That's the easiest thing for me to do. 21 million limited supply, and that's the meta, right? Why are you all gathered here today? Because of Bitcoin. Well, you forgot to buy at 1,000 and hold them till 100. Well, here you go. You can buy as many as you want for a penny. How many of you can ever say you bought Bitcoin for a penny? Well, now you can. And that's my thing. That's my shitcoin. Buy my shitcoin. Fuck everyone else's shitcoin. Because it's all at one. They won't mine at one, and let them. Oh well, let them watch and weep. But they'll start buying at 2. They'll start regretting it at 3. They'll start FOMOing at 4. They'll say, now why the fuck didn't I do that at $1? And you know what cryptocurrency can do. You know what a real, truly limited cryptocurrency can do. You all remember how expensive it was to mint Zen and send all that fucking Ethereum, not to anyone, not to your benefit, not to the liquidity pool, not to anything that would have made Zen stabilize and not go to fucking zero in rapid succession, huh? It went to the miners. $10, $20 a mint at one point because of the way ETH was working. Now it's super cheap and it's still going to zero, and that's precisely why it's going to continue to go to zero, because the cost of a mint determines the value of the token. Now you get it? Gas, gwei, determines price. It's cheap as fuck out of nowhere, and it's going to get cheaper, so it's going to go down even more. Do you understand? How much of y'all, how many, I remember, I don't know, tens of millions of dollars went into minting Zen for a fucking disaster. You do realize 21 million. Go ahead and mint one with a single transaction, as much or as little as you want. What are you waiting for? You could whale up today. I'd rather you do that as someone who's my friend, that I could tell, hey, I could tell you, go do this and that, and hopefully this and that happens, and good things will happen. Or I could tell you, hey, why don't you do the original thing that got us all gathered here today? Go buy something with a limited supply and no fucking hopium. That's the responsible thing. I give you the alternative. Oh, I'm sorry, I could be telling you to go and sacrifice again like you have been for 3 years, because Hex is finally pumping. And what makes you call that a pump? No, motherfuckers just stopped selling for a minute. It was always pumping. Someone made sure it kept dumping. And only someone with God smacks of coins could do that. Maybe that's why he went into hiding, because he knew it was coming. He can't make public appearances with this. He'd be heckled to fucking shit. Why is your shitcoin down, sir? It's easier to just tweet and say, hey, Richard Hart teaches you about a bunch of shit you don't need to know. I just can't figure out why the fuck. Oh, I'm sorry, I did teach you why PDAI is draining all the liquidity from Pulsechain, because it's a fucking infinite coin, and you all fell for the dream of PDAI to $1. So guess what happened? You kept fucking throwing money at it, and they kept minting more, and you kept pairing your liquidity shitcoins to it, and you kept pairing your PLS and other things to it, because you swore if that goes to $1, it's going to lift it all up. But instead, they just kept sucking it out, because someone with way more PDAI than you is using it and all the collateral on fucking Pulsechain to keep minting more and sucking it right out of your pocket, sucking all the value out of your pocket. Why worry about that? Why worry about an infinite when you have a fixed supply, just like Bitcoin was meant to be? You just don't have to go get a fucking expensive dumbass miner. You can just go do it. You can go get as many as you want. And once they're all sold out, they're yours. Hodl, bitch, like you did, like you never did with real Bitcoin. Think about what can happen then. If you get something at the bottom and fucking hold it. Not get something at what should be the bottom, but it's a clever design to dump it down to 90-something% off of its high, which wasn't much above your buy price, your sacrifice rate. How about that Hex? You know it inflates forever. Fuck the inflation, How you think Ethereum barely topped a couple $100 over its previous bull run all-time high? Because it has inflation. Stop that shit, bro. You have to be retarded. Why do you think meme coins are the flare? If you can just let people get excited about something, even temporarily, the shit has the potential to pump, because it's a fixed supply. You're not gonna just fucking have some random coins come from somewhere where some whale has more than everybody and he doesn't need to dump at once. He can slow rug that shit over, say, 3, 4, 5 years and still make God smack some money. Hey, Whale, orca, dolphin, whale, bridged out, sold this much hex and bridged to Ethereum. Nigga, how many times have you seen that? Who has that much money on hex? Who has that much money in hex forever? Only the person who has it all. You don't. You don't have $200,000 hex stakes. You don't have 200, 300, 400, 500,000 hex wallets. You may have, but you held it to zero because you held the fucking pipe dream. You held the wrong coin that inflates. You held the wrong coin that you can't see. Oh, I'm sorry, you could see where all the stakes are coming out, but it's massive, infinite inflation. And now that they've mined enough, Ricky changed the calculus there. Now there's not that many T-shares coming out. Oh man, he did. Oh yeah, because you got locked out. You see, because they mined enough to keep extracting. And it's crazy how someone with all the coins has the power to do that, and you think that's decentralized. Centralized is better. Apparently not, for 5 years straight. Missed a whole bull run. You think this one's it? Again, it's an 8-year delta. Again, it's an 8-year delta. I don't know if I got cut off. Man, I was feeling this shit. Yo, go mine some Bitcoin. If you made it this far, you're the winner. Go mine some Bitcoin. The address is going to be in the pinned comment. As much as you want. Ethereum, USDC, USDT on Ethereum. Send it to the address. Your coins will come out with the airdrop. Very simple. Or you can keep doing the dumb shit and I'll just sit here, continue laughing, watching it all play out, weeping, gnashing of teeth, crying, praying, Ricky Kumbaya, please bro, can you just live stream? Hey man, that ain't gonna change shit. He could live stream, but he gotta press the buttons. We're waiting on everybody to press the buttons. You don't have to wait here, you can press your own buttons here. You can press your own buttons for this shit right here. 1 penny. You ever bought 1 Bitcoin? Do you even have one? You could buy 100 for $1 right now. See? You can fix the mistake of the past and you can hold that shit for 3, 4, 5 years just like you just did. You could even DCA. You won't need to. You can just buy enough now. Right now. It's a limited supply. They won't be there forever. And once they're done, there's no one to dump on you. Somebody might. Let them. We'll buy them up. Who's gonna dump on you if you all get them, all 21 million at a penny? No one's gonna dump for zero. Some people will sell at a loss. That's not a loss, that's their loss, not yours. You're gonna hodl and believe and do all the things you didn't do with Bitcoin and get the same, I'm sorry, a way better result than everybody who's buying Bitcoin at 70-something thousand today. Bet that shit up like your life depend on it. If you're fucking wrecked in crypto, if you've been here for a cycle or 2 or 3 and still ain't fucking hella rich, believe in something, go mine you some Bitcoin. The address is below. I'm out.